So, yeah, I was supposed to go to the ZMAX. Again, I was supposed to go there for the redo of the whole Twin Peaks ZMAX mega event that had Cletus McFarlane and all that. I was supposed to be going to that. And I thought, you know, for sure that we would have had this Saturday off since we were doing so good and we were on schedule the whole week at work. Come about the middle of the week, well, past the middle of the week, we learned that we will be working Saturday because we are now all of a sudden somehow behind the schedule and couldn't take, you know, that day off because I'd already missed Monday. I mean, I could have, but it just didn't feel like it would have been a really wise, choice. But yeah, I was going to go to that, but I just basically felt the best idea all around, just in case, you know, like I said, they had to cancel it again because of rain or whatever, which didn't look likely, but it wasn't extremely likely the last time either, and it happened. I figured my best interest was to go in, but either way, opportunity missed. I can't cry over spilt milk, I guess. What I will do today, though, I have to admit is significantly less interesting. Unless you like these kinds of videos, I guess, then great. It's extremely interesting, and stay tuned. So this is why you should not buy dark colored cars. And they're in no particular order, they're just a general ramblings type thing. And the first one is they're hard to keep clean looking. Everyone knows this, I think. It's notoriously difficult to keep the dark colored paints really clean and good looking because it's just like, ironically, it's like every dirt spot shows up because they show up basically everything in contrast. Another reason two, I'll say, not to buy dark colored cars is very similar to the first one, but also very, very different. All even minor imperfections tend to show up very, very easily. Like, I don't know what this is right here. It doesn't look like anyone, and you probably can't see it too well on camera, and it doesn't look like someone dinged my car or anything because there's no scratched off or scuffed up paint. But if you're a perfectionist or you have, you know, just any slight bit of perfectionist attitude about things, these things will catch your eye and you just notice them every fucking time after that. Be prepared if you're going to own a dark colored car because these things will catch your eye. And just that one little sweep of lighting. The third reason not to own a dark colored car. Now, I have to say though, this kind of goes more specific for like pearlescent type dark colors, like what I've got here, like Jazz Blue is technically a pearlescent sort of paint. So like these pearlescent type dark coats. And this right here, if you all know my battle, if you've been following me, you know my battle with this, and you see that it's still pretty glaring. I've just kind of given up on doing it myself at this point. I'm not really bothered by it anymore. Well, I am, but I'm not. I'm not letting it get to me anymore because I'm just tired. I'm tired of fighting it. But what my point is on dark colored cars that have kind of pearlescent paints, you will have a very difficult, if not impossible, time finding something that'll closely match your paint, especially just go to a store and find something that'll match up to the paint color that you have. You'll have to special order online and then try to coat it in and make it look right yourself, and it's just it's a pain in the neck. I mean, paint job correction is a pain in the ass itself, especially when you don't know what you're doing. The light catches it and you notice that spot pretty well. I mean, I still think it's a little bit better than just the black naked spot there, but specific to pearlescent dark coats, there's no, you know, like if you just get like a regular ketchup red sort of car, then you can probably go to your local AutoZone or whatever and pick up a car paint that's, you know, close matching and be a little bit easier. But this, you have to special order something for these dark colors that are pearlescent. My fourth reason, I'd say, to not get a dark colored car, and it seems like a very obvious one. Well, there's the fire department right on cue. Don't get a dark colored car if you want a super exciting color. Now, I'm not saying that I'm bored with this color, because it's a dark color and it's exciting in its own way. Those of you that have seen Jazz Blue in person, you know what I'm talking about. It has this sort of shifting, this almost shifting sort of quality about it, where sometimes it looks slightly purple haze, like a slightly purple haze sometimes. Then you see the blue, like a dark blue. Then sometimes it just looks flat out black, depending what lighting you're standing in. So if you've seen Jazz Blue in person, you'll know that it's got its own exciting qualities. But in general, dark colors on cars are not like, wow, super exciting by themselves. You have to do some things to contrast, like what I'm doing here with the gold against the blue. That kind of puts out some exciting little details and stuff. If you want exciting ones, of course you're going to go yellow or red, or, you know, even plum crazy, which to me, plum crazy kind of, it sits right between a dark color and an exciting bright color. So there you have it. It's reason number 4 on why not to get a dark colored car. Now, the 5th and final reason that I'm going to say for not getting a dark colored car is another very practical thought process, I feel like. And at the same time, it can be good or bad depending how you're looking at it, and it can also be valid or an invalid argument depending how you feel about it. But a practical standpoint, you think about it, you're in a dark area in a dark colored car, it's gonna be harder to see a dark colored car in a dark area. So you can imagine where some problems could theoretically pop up having a dark colored car in, say, a dark parking garage. Now, that said, headlights and stuff like that exist for a reason, but it would be significantly harder to see darker colored vehicles in a dark area, and this can create problems sometimes. Not very likely, not a very strong reason to skip on the dark colored car, but there's your 5 reasons from me as it stands right now as to why you should skip on that dark colored car that you love in that color. Now, we'll see what the next video brings. I'm really struggling, like I said in the last video, to find someone who will tune the thing and who's available to dyno the thing. So I might just move forwards with my plans on this build before long and just start putting some nice little power additions under the hood here. There's still so much I want to do as far as visual concepts as well, but those and everything else will be coming up in the following videos. So that said, if you want to keep track of when I post those videos, Go ahead, hit that subscribe button down below. I even have social medias that I post when I am going live with a new video. Those are linked in my description below. Follow all that, turn on your notifications, and you'll be good to go. And I will see you all in the passenger seat next ride.